Hello, welcome back to Terraria. Now this is the second in my series of guides. One guide a year, that's my motto. And in this one we're going to be taking on the twins. So to summon them you need this mechanical eye, and the recipes for all of this are on the wiki, so don't bother asking. Did my edit on the destroyer guide. Now what I suggest you do is you go back and watch that guide first, beat the destroyer, get your Excalibur, beat the destroyer again, get your Mega Shark. Then you go up to the Arms Dealer and you buy tons of musket balls. And then you go to the underground Hallow and you get tons of crystal shards, and you combine those to make crystal bullets. Now these are essentially a bit like frag shots. They split on impact and inflict multiple bits of damage. So it's all very good. Now, it needs to be nighttime for you to summon the twins, but it doesn't need to be on a hard mode world. So that's what I'm gonna do here. It'll make your life much easier if you just start a new world, build a little house, there you go, much easier, and then you can fight them here. It does, however, need to be nighttime. So, I'll just go through my gear. I'm in full adamantite, as you probably should be by this stage. Now see, when I did it before I wore the mask, but I'm not sure whether the extra defense will be worth it, so I'll leave that on for the moment, just put my money away. There we go. I won't need that. I got my Ranger emblem from beating the Wall of Flesh. Now what you can do with the Mega Shark, firing these things, in fact I've got so much ammo, I'll just show you. There. It makes the Wall of Flesh an absolute doddle. So I went back and beat the Wall of Flesh a couple of times, a few times actually, maybe even several times. I got myself a Ranger emblem. Of course it's just luck of the draw, isn't it? Shield is useful. Boots, you don't need them. I'll replace them with the Philosopher's Stone, which means I can heal more frequently. Balloon, you don't need that either, and I'll replace that with the Cross Necklace. I don't know if anyone's tried Star Cloak, that might be something, I've never tried it myself. And the Demon Wings, of course, negate full damage, because the main thing you need to do to beat the twins, is to be constantly on the move. So, to that end, I've got myself some Gravitation Potions. The Thorns Potions, of course, if they come and hit me, they'll take damage as well. Swiftness Potion, I'm not sure if that really matters, but there you go. Bowl of Soup, very helpful. Just goldfish, bowl, and a mushroom. Gives you improvements to everything. Iron Skin Potion increases your defense. Regeneration means you regenerate health quicker. And a Hunter Potion just for good measure, because I had it. There is one thing to mention. If you're planning on taking on the twins in melee combat, I have one tip for you. Don't. Okay, another tip, if you have anyone else, any other friends who play this game, try and beat the twins with them, because many hands make light work, and it's not a case of too many cooks spoiling the broth. The broth will be absolutely fine if there's more than one of you, so there's no need to worry about that. I'm gonna go get that slime. Oh, look at that, purple bugger. There we go. So I'll just wait until night time, and I'll see you then. Okay, the night has arrived, so let's get started. You just left click to use the mechanical eye, like any other boss summoning item, and to move around with the gravitation potions, I'm just using WASD as up, down, left and right. Okay, so the twins themselves. You've got two of them there, what are they called, Retinazer and Spazmatron or something like that. And perfectly timed. That's the danger of playing on a smaller screen to record with, is that you sometimes accidentally click your hotbar. Not to worry in this case though. So in terms of tactics for the twins, you want to focus on one at a time, because they both follow this standard attack pattern, but once you take them down to half HP, they transform into a more deadly form, which does far more damage to you, so you don't want to be facing both their final forms at the same time. The kind of... don't know what... I'm checking there, that's it, I remember now. I'm checking there to make sure I didn't pick up any mushrooms by mistake, because otherwise when I pressed H I'd consume the mushroom first. Anyway, you want to be concentrating on Retinazer first, because I can't remember the other guy's name. Is it Spazmatron? Spasmodic? I don't know, something like that. Is, am I gonna... No, I thought I was gonna mouse over him then. Oh well. His final... the green one's final form is deadly, basically. So you can cope with his first form whilst you're attacking Retinazer's second form, because as you can see, he just stays level with you, so it's very easy to avoid, whereas Retinazer flies all over the place and has this dastardly laser pattern. So that's basically the gist of what you need to do, if I'm honest. There's not really much more to it. Sure, I've forgotten something. Yeah, it's just really crucial to make sure you take them out one after the other, rather than spread your fire. Concentrate on one of them first, because otherwise you're going to have a bad time. If you try to take on Spasma thingies second form and Retinazer's first form, I mean, yeah, it's doable, don't get me wrong, but it's just easier this way. As you'll see once I get onto the green one, whatever his name is. That's nice and professional there, Christian. No worries. Retinazer's nearly gone. As you can see, you just keep moving, and that solid beam of lasers will just miss you. It's fairly easy to avoid. Just straight on to Spazmatism, and this guy's first form is just easy. Look at that. Down we go. And up we go! Except now he changes to his second attack pattern, which means he doesn't stay on the horizontal. No worries, gave me a bit of time to heal. Another thing to mention, if you don't beat them by sunrise, either they despawn or you die, but it doesn't really matter which one it is, does it? You don't get your souls of sight. There, see, I ran out of my gravitation potion without realising, and from then on I periodically press B. It's worth doing, so you don't have to concentrate on whether you've got any buffs on or not. You just, every now and then, press B. You'll be fine. So I think he's not far off transforming. Yeah, only about 1,000 away. There he goes. See, he actually transformed after I shot him, and that's the crystal shards exploding. I'm just checking how many bullets I had left. Seems to be alright. And there you go. That's why you want to be facing this guy on his own, because he fires all those cursed flames out from his mouth. They're just like normal flames, except they do more damage, which is nice, isn't it? And I think here, yes, I swap over, just so I can do a bit more damage to him and conserve a bit more ammo. Now there's only one of them to worry about. I don't really need to worry about defense as much, because one is easier to avoid. So if he charges you normally, just like the Eye of Cthulhu would, but this stuff, I mean, you don't really want to get near it. And as I lost a big chunk of health there, bearing in mind I'm in adamantite armour there. And the good thing is, when both of them are there, you'll know whether you're hitting the transformed one or the stage 1 one, because the second stage ones make a metallic sound, whereas the normal ones make a kind of splat, fleshy sound. They make a splat sound. Yeah, why not? But yeah, it looks deceptively simple, this, when you see it going on. Whoops, not dirt, that won't help. And it is simple enough, really. It's just tricky because they inflict such a huge amount of damage to you. I don't think it's really worth using the adamantite mask. Just stick with the higher defense one, the melee helmet. And then you can switch if you need to. I think the ranger emblem would do you a better job there. I happened to notice the buffs disappear out the corner of my eye, so I managed to catch them. Which is good, because it was a regeneration buff. There's not much of him left now. There he goes. Easy as that. And actually, this was probably the easiest I've ever beaten them, which was lucky considering I was recording. So don't be fooled by that. But as long as you know what you're doing, you should be fine. 22 souls of sight, you can get between 20 or 30, so not the best luck, but a lot of money, and I nearly used up all of my bullets. So, what can you use the souls of sight for, I hear you ask? Just pause for you to ask that. Well, I shall tell you what you can use them for, in this little segment I like to call Without the Guide, because we are without the guide. Without, as in the opposite of within, rather than I don't have it. I'm just filling until I get to the guide, really, because I couldn't remember where he lived. It's been so long since I played this game. There he is. He doesn't actually live there, he's just outside. Okay. That goes in there, found it eventually. So, you can make all the hallowed headgear stuff. Well, it's not headgear, but it's not helmets. Anyway, the Hamdrax, but you need to have beaten all the bosses to make that. the repeater, which could be useful. The magical harp. Now this is the one everyone talks about. You need some souls of night for that. And all that stuff. A fairy bell, which summons a wee little fairy for you. And the rainbow rods. Now obviously I've beaten the twins before. I already have a rainbow rod. A superior rainbow rod. But I think this time I'll make the magical harp. I can live without a helmet for a while. So. Oh, threw my souls away. I'm a pro at this game, you see. So, I'll just gather the materials for that. The harp you buy from the magician for 1 gold, which is easy if you've just beaten the twins, to be honest. What else do I have? Souls of Night, I have a lot of them, thankfully. I farmed a load of them before I did the destroyer. And I've just tabbed out to double check what the ingredients are, so I'll be with you in a second. Okay, so I've got enough crystal shards. I think you only needed 25 of them. So off we pop, back to the crafting station. This, by the way, this setup here means you can craft everything when you stand in front of the anvil. There you go, magical harp. No problem. And some silver bars. Why the hell not? You can never have too many silver bars, that's my motto. One of my many mottos. So put that in there. No problem. Right, so to test this thing out then, it does 33 damage, which is less than my superior rainbow rod. I don't know if reforging will help, but it's fairly cheap, I think. Looks amazing when you carry it. Doesn't quite fit with the demon wings, I have to admit, but no worries. And as you can see, the nearer your mouse is to the harp, then the slower the note travels, and the lower it is. So you can have all sorts of fun with this, and I will proceed to have lots of fun with it. Enjoy. I call this one Symphony in T. Goodbye.